Imagine it's 1937. You joined the Communist Party fully believing that you could trust the most immoral and ruthless people on the earth. Then now you're shocked to find out that Stalin has begun his purges and your name is on today's list. That means you can expect a bullet in the back of the head and they're on their way to your house right now. What are you going to do? Well, you've got to get out of town. You've got to get out of Moscow, and there's absolutely no time for procrastination. You rush down. You grab whatever. You grab your money hidden in your drawer. You grab your handgun. You rush down. Get out of the neighborhood, and you head for the outskirts. And you're taking every precaution that you're not caught. 1980. Earthquake hits the south of Italy, leaving 3,000 dead, 3,000 wounded, and 200,000 homeless. You're looking at the rubble of your home, and a very close person in your immediate family is buried in the rubble. And you can hear crying deep down in the rubble. You know they're down there. You know they're alive, but they're buried in several feet of rubble. What are you going to do? I'll tell you what you're likely to do. You're going to start digging. You're going to start throwing rocks aside. You're going to pry those. You're going to pry those blocks of cement or rock, and you're going to throw them aside, and you're going to dig. If you're going to go through that rubble, you're going to go around the rubble. You're going to come up underneath the rubble. You're going to do whatever you have to do to save your blessed mother or daughter, because they're down there and their life depends on you. You're going to save them because there's nothing that can stop you. That you're solely focused on it. You have an absolute urgency, an absolute obsession to save that person down in the rubble. You know they're there. They're depending on you, and that's exactly what you're going to do. Now, 1937, Moscow. You're running for your life. 1980, you're digging for someone else's life. In both of those situations, you're going to be absolutely on fire. You're going to be absolutely obsessed with unbelievable urgency to accomplish your goal, and you're going to do it. Now, look at your own situation today. What is your absolute obsession today? What is your purpose? What is your boogeyman? What's the one thing that's the adversity that's hanging over you? Make it your obsession. Figure out exactly the one thing that you have to do. The one thing that you have to do with the same kind of focus as getting out of Moscow or digging someone out of the rubble in 1980 in southern Italy. That kind of focus is exactly what and apply it to your situation that you're facing today. One thing, ideally, you'd want 100% focus. In reality, many of us are burdened with all kinds of. It's hard to focus because we have three jobs. We have kids. We have situations going on. We're taking care of an elderly parent. It's hard to focus. Maybe your focus is just to pay the rent. Maybe your focus is to get to heaven. Whatever it is, we need absolute focus as much as possible. If we can't focus 100%, then we can focus 100% for an hour every day, or 30 minutes every day, or maybe 10 minutes at a time, 6 times a day. Whatever it takes, we need that absolute focus, and we will. When we have that kind of focus, we can accomplish it. Just like a sculptor chipping a vast statue in South Dakota in the side of a cliff, chipping away at that statue. Maybe it takes him weeks, months, or years to create that face in the side of the cliff. When he's doing it with, let's just say he's doing it with a hammer and chisel. It's going to take a long time. And that's the kind of focus that we need, though. And maybe we're only doing it one little chip at a time, but we'll get the job done. But remember, absolute focus is what's going to get us, what we need in order to overcome that obstacle. And if we can't go through the rubble, then we have to go around it or come up underneath it or come in through the side. We have to change our approach until we find out what's going to work. Thanks for watching. See you next time.